Hello and welcome back to another lecture on syntax. In our previous lecture, we discussed internal structure of a sentence, constituency, and constituency tests. In this e-lecture, we're going to look at how these constituents can be represented in a hierarchical system. For example, in a sentence like, "The man ate the apple," we know that this sentence is made up of constituents and subconstituents as well. So we know that "the" is a determiner, we know that apple is a noun, ate is a verb, man is a noun, and the as well is a determiner. Now we know that the and apple together form one unit, or a constituent. We know that ate and the apple also form a constituent. Now the and apple form a constituent called a noun phrase. Ate plus the noun phrase form a larger constituent called the verb phrase, or VP. And here again we have another noun phrase. All of these together form a larger constituent, which is the sentence. So let's plug these in together in a hierarchical format. So again, let's label them here. This is our NP, this is a noun, a determiner. We also have a VP, here's the verb, noun, determiner, and noun phrase. Now we just connect them together, like so, and again from our brackets here we know that the verb phrase, includes inside of it the entire noun phrase. So that would be the noun phrase as a constituent and also the verb. We know from the outermost brackets that it is the noun phrase plus the verb phrase that form the entire sentence. So we can connect those two together, and for now we're just going to call that TP. So as you can see, we can translate what we have in this bracket format into a hierarchical tree structure. This hierarchical tree structure will show dependency and constituency within the different parts of a sentence. So now just by looking at the tree, we can tell that the apple is closer somewhat to the verb ate than the man is. And the reason is that the apple forms a noun phrase, which is part of the verb phrase. We can also tell right off the spot that a sentence is made up of a subject noun phrase and a verb phrase. So with that in mind, how do we know what possible branching trees we may come up with? Are there any limits? For example, our noun phrase here consists of a determiner and a noun. Is that the only thing it can consist of? Are there any parts that are obligatory? And are there any parts that are optional? To find out, we're going to talk about something called phrase structure rules. But first, let's get some terminology down first. This TP here is what we call a constituent, something we should already know by now. Now this constituent branches up into two subconstituents. Now these subconstituents, take for example this VP, also has its own subconstituents, to which the VP itself would form a constituent for V and NP. So in each one of our phrase structure rules that we're going to try to develop together, we want to ask four main questions. Number one, what must occur? 2, what is optional? 3, what can be repeated? And 4, what relative order exists? Now in the next lecture, we're going to apply this method to the noun phrase. See you there.